All right, buckle up, everybody. We are diving deep into the crypto craziness from this past week.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride.
Oh, you can say that again. We've got major news, market trends, and even
Some meme madness in the mix.
definitely some of that, yeah. All right, so are you ready to get into it?
I am, absolutely. It's been a busy week.
Well, let's start with the big one, Bitcoin.
Yeah, the OG.
It's been swinging between, what, 77,000 and 125,000.
That's right. Big swings.
Like, those are some serious price moves, not just little fluctuations.
Definitely not for the faint of heart.
So, help us understand this. What's fueling all this volatility?
Well, a lot of it seems to be connected to what President Trump might do next. There's talk about him potentially supporting the crypto industry.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, there's even chatter about a strategic Bitcoin reserve.
So, like, the U.S. government holding Bitcoin.
Exactly. And that's got everyone on the edge of their seats.
Wow, that would be a huge development.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it. You could have the U.S. government, you know, legitimizing Bitcoin on a global stage.
Right, and that could lead to even more countries doing the same thing.
It's a domino effect. And for everyday investors like you, it could mean even more mainstream adoption,
More people using it, more businesses accepting it.
more investment flowing in,
Yeah.
and potentially even higher prices.
Okay, so the U.S. seems to be embracing crypto. We've got a pro-crypto SEC chair.
We do.
But of course, then we've got China doing their own thing.
Right. Totally different approach.
Totally. It's like they're going in the opposite direction.
They are. China's really cracking down on these private cryptocurrencies, pushing their digital yuan instead.
Which gives them a lot more control, right?
Exactly. More control over their financial system. So it's almost like you've got this,
Crypto tug of war.
yes, a tug of war between these two superpowers.
So, I mean, what does that mean for the average person who's invested in crypto?
Well, this clash is kind of a big deal because it could really shape which financial system, dominates the future.
Oh, wow.
So a U.S.-led system might be more into decentralized finance.
Right. Fewer rules and regulations.
While with China's digital yuan, you're looking at more government control. And all of that impacts which coins succeed, how you access crypto, like the whole landscape could change.
That's a lot to think about. Okay, let's shift gears for a second. We got to talk about Do Kwon.
Oh, yeah, the Terraform Labs situation.
He just pleaded not guilty to charges linked to that huge, was it like a $40 billion collapse?
Right, huge crash. And the allegations are pretty serious. They're saying he misled investors.
Which led to the whole thing falling apart.
Exactly. And, the charges, they're not messing around conspiracy, commodities fraud, securities fraud, wire fraud,
Oh, wow.
money laundering. So
Yeah.
this case is, it's a big deal.
This could have a major impact on the whole industry, right?
For sure. And especially when it comes to investor confidence,
Yeah.
people trusting the system.
Right. Speaking of impacts, Bitcoin actually took a dip recently. It broke its winning streak.
It did, yeah.
With all this, all this positive news swirling around, you'd think it'd be going up.
You would.
What's going on there?
Well, it's important to remember that crypto isn't in its own little bubble. The stock market's been pretty negative lately.
Yes, my stocks have been down.
Yeah, the longest losing streak since April, actually.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is driven by those worries about high interest rates and, that stubborn inflation that just won't go away.
So even though crypto sometimes feels like its own separate thing,
It's still connected to the bigger picture.
it's all tied together. All right, but let's end on a high note. Yeah. Analysts are still really, really bullish on Bitcoin's future.
They are.
A.T. Wainwright, they're predicting it could hit.
$225,000 by the end of the year.
Whoa, that's a bold prediction.
It is. And that forecast is built on, a few things. Historical price cycles.
So, like, how the prices moved in the past.
Right, exactly. Plus, the whole regulatory scene is changing. There's more institutional adoption, big players getting involved.
So they're saying it could, what, more than double?
If they're right, yeah. And if Bitcoin hits that target, its market cap would be about 25% of gold's.
Wow. Okay, so $225,000. I mean, wouldn't that put Bitcoin in direct competition with gold? It's a safe haven asset.
It's definitely a possibility. Bitcoin's got that limited supply. It's decentralized, which appeals to a lot of people, especially when the economy feels shaky.
So it could be like a digital gold.
Some people think so, yeah. It'll be interesting to see how investors react if Bitcoin keeps climbing.
All right, and last but not least, we got to talk about the meme master himself, Elon Musk.
Oh, he's always up to something.
This time, he changed his X profile to Kikius Maximus.
Complete with a golden Pepe the Frog avatar.
Classic Elon. So what happened?
Well, as you might expect, the Kikius Maximus token took off.
Oh, I bet it did.
It gains somewhere between like 500% to 800% in value.
Geez, so a meme can literally move the market.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right? It just shows you how much power social media has, especially, coming from someone like Elon Musk.
So it's exciting because, there's the potential for these huge gains,
Right.
but it's also a reminder that things can be super volatile.
And risky.
You really don't know what's going to happen.
It's like, don't get swept up in all the hype. Do your research.
Right, exactly. So as we wrap up this wild week in crypto, the big question
What happens next?
is this Bitcoin dip a buying opportunity, or is it a sign of something worse? And with all these global shifts and, all this regulatory uncertainty, how are you adjusting your portfolio? What's your strategy? Something to think about as we keep riding this crypto roller coaster.
Definitely lots to consider.
Thanks for breaking it all down.
Anytime. Thanks for having me. See you next week.